Now, many people are cancelling their holiday plans after President Cyril Ramaphosa's address on further restrictions. Businesses along the garden route are buckling under pressure, and now many consumers are complaining that many establishments are going back on their contracts and not refunding deposits. Monique Mortlock is following this story for us. She joins us live. So, Monique, first tell us about some of the cases of holidaymakers struggling to get their refunds after cancelling their trips.
Shahan, when I put the word out on social media asking for anyone who's willing to speak to me about cancelling their holiday plans or their holiday plans being curtailed due to the lockdown or due to COVID-19 and them now struggling to get any refunds back, I was inundated by dozens of people telling me we can't get our money back, we can't get our deposits back, even though this family member has COVID-19 or we were stopped due to the lockdown. For example, one person that I interviewed earlier today, his church, they go on an annual outing, and this year they were going to go to a holiday resort on the 28th of March. As you know, on the 27th of March, that is when our lockdown level 5 started. So when they heard the announcement by President Cyril Ramaphosa announcing that lockdown was to take effect on the 27th of March, they asked the resort whether they can then get their deposit back. They paid a deposit of over 8,000 rand for about a group of about 400 congregants. The resort then told them, nope, you are not getting your money back. We can, however, push your date till for any time this year when the lockdown levels ease, but up until the 20th of December 2020. Obviously, due to the congregants, many of the congregants being elderly, many having comorbidities, they can't do this. So now they're in a bit of a battle, trying to get either their money back or trying to get the resort to push that date, date for a credit voucher, so that they can use it when things die down a bit more, when it's a bit safer for the congregants to go. So that's just one of dozens of stories that reached me.
So let's talk about the recourse for holidaymakers then.
Shahan, unfortunately, the Consumer Protection Act, the only time that you are allowed a full refund is if a consumer either passes away or they are hospitalized. Although when I spoke to consumer law expert Trudy Brookman, she did tell me that the Consumer Services and Goods Ombudsman, they did say earlier this year that the way around that, one can take into account COVID-19 and the fact that many people aren't able to leave their houses either due to picking up the virus or being hospitalized or falling ill due to the virus. So there is hope for people in that instance, for people who just decide to cancel, maybe because they decided to go to the Eastern Cape, but now they hear the beaches are closed. They don't want a holiday without a beach, and now they decide to cancel at minute 99. They unfortunately might not get their deposit back. In fact, if they can cancel, but they'll have to pay a cancellation fee. This is what Brookman had to say.
Consumer Protection Act's principles are the following. Number one, if you're cancelling because the law has changed and you, as a supplier, are not allowed to, it's illegal for you to supply the goods and services that you would have supplied, then you have to pay back the full amount. So that's the first principle. The second principle is if it's a cancellation which is initiated by the consumer because it doesn't work for them anymore as a result of COVID. Let's say the beaches are closed and it's just not a nice idea for you to drive all the way down from Gauteng and can't go to the beach. Then it's a question of, even if it's for quite a serious reason, you have comorbidities and your booking is in an area which is a COVID hotspot, then it's a cancellation based or initiated by the consumer, and there the supplier has a right to charge a cancellation fee.